We are done with the NPV method, and now let's learn about payback method. What is payback method? The payback period is the length of time it takes for the initial cash outlay for the investment to be recovered in cash. If the cash flow is the same each year, then it equals the initial investment divided by the annual net cash inflow. If cash flow is uneven, start with the initial investment and then subtract each year's cash inflow until the entire investment has been recovered. The payback period is the length of time required to recover the cost of an investment. The payback period of a given investment or project is an important determinant of whether to undertake the position or project, as longer payback periods are typically not desirable for investment positions. The payback period ignores the time value of money. Payback period is equal to initial investment divided by cash inflow. Now let's practice a few examples to understand the concept much clearer. Question: Initial cash outflow $2.5 million. Cash inflows: Year 1 $500,000, Year 2 $750,000, Year 3 $1 million, Year 4 $1,250,000, Year 5 $1,500,000, Year 6 $1,750,000. Calculate traditional payback period. Calculate discounted cash flow if the cost of capital is 10%. Solution: In this illustration, we are asked to calculate the traditional payback period. If we observe, the cash flow can recover within 3 years, but for us to clearly understand the calculation is also as under. Traditional payback period is equal to 3 years plus amount remaining to initial investment. That is, $2,500,000 minus $2,250,000 is equal to $250,000 divided by $1,250,000 is equal to 3.2 years. Cash inflows: Year 1 $500,000 plus Year 2 $750,000 plus Year 3 $1 million is equal to $2,250,000. Question: Sterling's company is planning to acquire a $250,000 machine that will provide increased efficiency, thereby reducing annual operating costs by $80,000. The machine will be depreciated by the straight-line method over 5 years' life, with no salvage value at the end of 5 years. The effective tax rate is 40%. Find the payback method. Solution: In this illustration, we are asked to calculate the payback method by considering all the factors. That is, tax rate at the rate 40% with no salvage value. First, recurring cash flows should be calculated, that is, $80,000 multiplied by 60% is equal to $48,000. Depreciation tax savings is equal to $250,000 divided by 5 years multiplied by 40% is equal to $20,000. Totaling to is equal to $68,000. Hence, payback period can be calculated as follows: is equal to $250,000 divided by $68,000 is equal to 3.68 years. Question. Melton Corporation has a payback goal of 4 years on a new machinery upgradation. The company has estimated the machinery upgradation cost to be $2 million and has a useful life of 5 years, being depreciated on a straight-line basis. The machinery at end of the 5th year will have no salvage value and the tax rate is 40%. Therefore, calculate the number of annual cash flows that the company has to earn to meet its payback goal. Solution. The amount of annual cash flows should be calculated to reach the payback period goal. The calculation part is as under. The depreciation is equal to $2 million divided by 5 years is equal to $400,000. Tax savings is equal to $400,000 multiplied by 40% is equal to $160,000. Payback period is equal to initial cash flow divided by cash flow. 4 years is equal to $2 million divided by X. X is equal to $500,000. Therefore, $500,000 minus $160,000 is equal to $340,000. Therefore, before tax annual savings is equal to $340,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 60 is equal to $566,667. Hence, the amount should be earned by the company in order to achieve the payback goal is $566,667. Now let us learn about the internal rate of return, IRR. When we take IRR, it has again 3 steps. Number 1. What is IRR? Number 2. How to calculate IRR? Number 3. How IRR is being valued? To discuss the first step, that is, number 1. How to calculate IRR? IRR is the discount rate at which the net present value is 0. It is where the rate of interest equates to the PV of cash outflows and the PV of cash inflows. It can be used to compare alternative investments. It is also known as the time-adjusted rate of return from the investment. That is, the discounting rate at which the present value of cash inflow is equal to the present value of cash outflow. That is, NPV is 0. We can call that discounting factor as IRR. Number 2. How to calculate IRR? Divide the net initial investment by annual cash inflows amount. This result will be the factor that represents the present value of the annuity. Go to the PV of annuity table and look at the line for the number of years of the project life and look along until you locate the factor and corresponding to that, identify the discount factor. That will be the nearest IRR point. If the firm has sufficient funds to undertake all projects, the calculated internal rate of return on a project is compared to a pre-specified hurdle rate, which is the firm's minimum acceptable rate of return for the project. Number 3. How IRR is being evaluated? Number 1. IRR is less than expected rate of return, the project is acceptable. Number 2. IRR is greater than expected rate of return, the project is not acceptable. The hurdle rate is determined based on the market rate of return for projects with similar levels of risk. Accept projects only if the IRR is greater than the hurdle rate. Otherwise, reject the project.